Hey, welcome back to Homegrown Country Home Place, friends. How y'all doing today? Well, y'all, this video is going to be a little bit different because it's not going to be an actual video, but I've got a couple pictures here I'm showing you here, and I'm just doing a voiceover. So, as you can tell, I was able to harvest me a nice buck this morning, and I just want to tell you a little bit about it and what happened. So, I guess around about 6:30 this morning, I got in the woods, and I walked past where I was going to be, hunting from a stand, and I was going to put some Tink 69 cotton balls out, and I heard something kind of running, and I turned around and looked, and there's a deer running through the woods, and he had to be pretty close to me, and I'm pretty sure it probably would have been a buck, more likely early in the morning. Another thing, that didn't blow at me, anything like that. Normally, when I bump a doe early in the morning time, or any time for it, they usually blow at me. But anyway, I went ahead and proceeded to put the Tink 69 out. And I've been doing that this year a little bit more, past week. I guess it's been about a week now I've been doing this. And it seems like it's been drawing deer in. I haven't been seeing too many deer, but doing that, and it's been years since I've used any kind of doe urine, anything like that, but I thought I'd give it a try, and it seemed like it's working this year. But anyway, I got up in my tree stand, and I guess I was up there probably maybe 20 minutes, and I always have this habit of checking my wind direction stuff, and looking at the forecast. I do that before I leave, go hunting. Check my wind, everything, how it's blowing. But I just kind of look on my phone there real quick, just see what the outlook is, for the next couple of days. Well, I look back up, y'all, and there's a big buck just walking right out. Couldn't see his antlers because he done walked in behind a cedar tree, but I could see his body. It's a big body deer. And I said, oh no. So I grunted at it, and I used my can call a little bit, 1-2 times, turn it over, just see if I could, get his attention. I guess it's probably about 75 to 90 yards where he crossed over in front of me, and I was able to look through the woods. It's really thick, but I was able to look through it. I could see a rack on his head, but I couldn't really tell how big the rack was. So I was a little bit discouraged after that, y'all. I was like, man, if I had just waited maybe 30 seconds, look at the weather forecast, I could got me that deer. So I was a little bit down about that. But like I said, this is about probably 10 after 7 this morning. And so I was just sitting there just thinking about, man, how I missed that deer and wish he'd come back out. Well, morning went on, and I didn't see anything, didn't hear anything. But anyway, in my mind, I was kind of, talking to the Lord. I was like, Lord, I said, I don't deserve even to ask you for a second chance. You give me second, third chances and everything all the time, But I said, it'd be nice, if I could get me, that buck this morning, or maybe a bigger buck. That's what I said to him. Maybe a big one, because I didn't know how big that buck was that crossed over. I just see some antlers on his head, but couldn't tell really much about it. And so I guess it's around 10, a little bit after 10 o'clock, I heard something coming through the woods to my left, and I heard something, and I looked, and is a deer. But at that point I couldn't really tell if it was a doe or not. But what I was hearing was a grunt, and it was going through like that right there. And that's the first time I ever heard a deer, like it that close to me, because it's probably about maybe 35-40 yards, and I could just hear it's real audible. And I got my binoculars and I looked, and when he got behind, out behind the tree, I could tell, he was a shooter buck. And so I got my 30-06 up, and I was waiting for him to clear the next tree. I had my open spot there. So I took the shot, and he ran, shot him through the heart, and he ran probably, I don't know, probably about 30, 35 yards, and he fell over. And so I got down. At that point, you know, I knew I should have made a good shot, but you know, just don't never know. So I waited about maybe 4 or 5 minutes, something like that, and I got down from my stand, and I walked up slowly, and there he was. He was, he was not dead and everything. And I was like, man, I was like, thank you, Lord, for this deer, because been hunting pretty hard, been seeing a lot of smaller bucks, spikes, 3 points, different things like that. And it just worked out real good, and it just made me think, sometimes, the Lord, He's good, He's always good, but sometimes He gives us that second or third or fourth chance, even though we don't deserve it, even though it might have been, like I say, it was my fault. I wasn't paying attention. I was looking at my phone, looking at the weather. I knew the wind was right for the hunt where I was hunting this morning, but I always like double check things, down the road tomorrow. I guess in my mind it gets thinking about the next day hunt or something like that, but anyway, I was real happy to get this buck. This is my first buck I got this year, or deer, here in Mississippi. And I was hoping to ask my son Austin in summer. I was asking him always, hey, do y'all want to go hunting with me? I said, you don't never know what you're going to see, what's going to come out. And they didn't want to go hunting this morning, but I'd rather it been them, because like I say, if they'd been there with me, they probably got the first buck that come across, because I might not have been looking at my phone at the time. I might have been more focused on them. And if I had been looking at my phone, they would probably told me, Daddy, a deer. And, I could grunt and got it to stop, and they could have made a good shot. But anyway, I think Summers, she's going to want to go hunting with me next. So maybe she'll get her something. But I just want to share y'all with y'all today this few pictures right here of this buck that I got this morning, and very happy with it, and thank God for it. And like I say, I feel obligated to share what God's done for me, and I truly believe that God gives us what we ask for, and a lot of times it's not in our time, it's in God's time. And I'm just thankful for Him letting me to harvest this deer. Y'all, I hope y'all enjoyed today's video. As always, friends, I appreciate y'all coming on watching the videos. And as always, from my family to yours, y'all have a blessed day, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye, and good hunting.